Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with yet another Sims Info and Thoughts video. Yeah, third one today. Today's been extremely busy for me. The busiest day I've had on YouTube in several months, I guess I would say. But this one has nothing to do with the next expansion pack, which has now been leaked to be called Eco Lifestyle. No, this is about Nifty knitting. As if the official teaser was not enough, they also released a new forum post about the music stations in Nifty knitting. So SimGuru Connor posts saying, for our latest stuff pack, we're adding not one, but 2 new stereo stations to listen to while you knit. You're not going to knit in total silence with just your thoughts eating away at you, right? Let's drown out the voices with some new tunes. First off is our aptly named Focus stereo station. And if you're wondering, yes, it will give you a focus buff. Not only will it calm your earbuds, but also give your Sims a nice bonus to working on homework and knitting. Neat, huh? So, if you just need to simmer down, the focus station is here for you. But what if you've had enough chilling? What if you want something a little more loud? What if you want something that will make you stand up and scream Viking expletives you never knew existed? Buddy, do we have a station for you? Introducing the Metal Stereo Station, coming soon to a stuff pack near you. Yes, you heard that right. The Sims 4 is getting metal. Sims listening to metal will feel energized and will gain bonuses to knitting while they listen. Any stereo currently playing metal will also gain some new flair for the available interactions. Check them out below so you can see. Many of the interactions in the pie menu there are in all caps now. Like turn off and air guitar to metal and next nocturne and brutally dance. Not just regular dance, brutally dance. But then yeah, you have change station, listen to metal, change volume, and the upgrade option. Wait, does that say air guitar to metal? Oh yes it does! And then there's also a GIF that shows off this animation. Then the forum post continues by saying, animations are still a work in progress, but I had to share. Knitting and metal together under the same roof. They go together like llamas and bunnies, tragedy and clowns, gods and aliens. Okay, you get the picture. Adding new music stations to The Sims is always a lot of fun, and I wanted to integrate them into the knitting experience itself. So, if you want to get a boost to your knitting skill, consider turning on one of our new stations while getting crafty. Now, I'd like to introduce Drew Bowles, our audio designer for this pack. I did a little Q&A with Drew to give you some insights into the audio development process. Connor asks, can you tell us what it means to be an audio designer? Andrew replies saying, there are 3 primary components to being an audio designer for The Sims 4. 1. Working with the other disciplines, particularly the design team, to understand the vision and limitations of a feature so as to determine what sounds are needed. 2. Recording, manipulating, synthesizing, editing, and mastering those sounds. And 3. Implementing them into the game and then adjusting their parameters to ensure they not only work properly within the 3D space, but also convey the overall sense of quirky fun that has come to define the franchise. Simlish is the language of The Sims, and all the songs are sung in Simlish. Can you talk a little bit about the process and challenges about creating Simlish lyrics? Whenever we enlist a band or musician to re-record one of their tracks in Simlish, we provide them with a translation. This can be tricky, particularly when the vocalist is singing or rapping quickly. I always use our standard lexicon as a base. Many players will recognize common Simlish words, such as susu, hello, and lerv, love, and then fill in the rest with other non-specific words we have in our Simlish dictionary. When translating, I work to retain the music's original flavor by emulating the original rhyme scheme and musical phrasing. And because singers are not used to singing in Simlish, It is very important that the Simlish be as easy to sing as possible. This often means being conscious of small things, like how consonants and vowels stack up. I, myself, am a vocalist, so I always sing my translated lines along to the original recording. If something is even slightly challenging to sing, I revise it. Things are less tricky when writing lyrics for a new piece of music, because there is no pre-existing text to match. We simply ensure that the Simlish sings well and sounds natural to the ear. The upcoming metal stereo station is one of many stations we have in The Sims 4. What is your favorite station to listen to while playing the game? It would be difficult to narrow it down to just one, but I do particularly enjoy the new disco and island stereo stations. The new disco station actually came with the Bowling Night stuff pack, in case you didn't know, and some of the songs are actually taken directly from the Sims 1 disco station, which I appreciate very much, but I do like some of the new songs as well. And then Connor says, can you tell us a bit about the stereo station's plan for our upcoming stuff pack? As you already mentioned, we are adding a metal stereo station. We have been wanting to do this in The Sims 4 for a while, and have been on the lookout for various opportunities to do so. At first glance, a pack centered on knitting may seem like an odd choice, but when we heard about the heavy metal knitting competition last year in Finland, we knew it was, in fact, a perfect fit. We are also including, for the first time in the history of the Sims franchise, a focused stereo station. This station will feature music that has an organic feel and is pretty repetitive and nondescript. The sort of music you would not sit and listen to, but rather put on in the background to help you focus on something else like studying or knitting. What is your favorite feature you have ever worked on in The Sims 4? Again, how can I narrow it down to just one? I hope you'll indulge me, as there are actually two features that immediately spring to mind. The Dr. June's weather control device from the Seasons expansion, and the talk radio station from the City Living expansion. Yes! I love the mention of the talk radio station. I think I did mention this in a video a long time ago, but I think the talk radio station is a very underappreciated and overlooked feature in the City Living expansion pack, because it's so different from any music station that we've had in The Sims before, because instead of it being re-recorded Simlish songs, it's all of these sort of like little programs that are put together. But actually we are going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So the weather control device was particularly fun because it was an odd and complicated object with a lot of moving parts. I had to be creative, not just in the materials I recorded, which included a plunger, a creaky metal ironing board, and the inner workings of an old VHS player, to name a few, but also in how I edited and implemented them, so as to bring them all together in a cohesive way. The talk radio station was fun because, as a frequent NPR listener, I got to reimagine some of my favorite shows and bring them into the Sims world. I wrote the scripts, cast and directed the actors, and then edited all of the radio spots together with sound effects and music. So yeah, it's Sims talking, and there's like programs going on instead of it being straight up music. And ever since the Sims 2 days, I always wondered what it would be like if the radio stations had a DJ in between the songs, because I always think of the snowboarding game, which is also published by EA, called SSX. And my favorite in that series is SSX3, which has DJ Atomica, who also actually appeared in Burnout Paradise, but he would come in between each song and he could say some funny things, or he'd talk about one of the characters in the game.
Reports are coming in of strong winds throwing riders around and apparently beating up on some of the trees up there too. Watch yourselves, people.
And that kind of brought it closer to that idea with this talk radio station. So yeah, I'm just really happy to see that the talk radio station was brought up by somebody other than myself, and that it is someone who's actually working with sound in the game. But to end this off here, hey Simmers, I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek into the features and development of our newest stuff pack. Just a general reminder that everything I've talked about here is in progress development, so it could change between now and the final product. Please keep watching the forums as I'll be sharing more information and insights in the weeks to come. Happy simming, SimGuru Connor. So Nifty knitting stuff, I think, just keeps getting better and better. I never would have expected metal to return in The Sims 4 this way, because I do like listening to some rock music, and I remember the metal station in the older games, so I was really hoping it would come back. It seems like it always does take a very long time for rock stations to return in Sims games. They seem to always prioritize pop music, which I guess makes sense, but still, I prefer rock music. And it is kind of interesting, the reasoning they have to bring it back. But yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing who is re-recording in Simlish for this metal station. And the Focus station also sounds intriguing to me. Maybe I'll also like that one as much as the Talk Radio station. And the fact that they put in air guitar and also having the small detail of the pie menu on the stereo looking different while metal music is playing and making Sims feel more energized. I love that. That's the icing on the cake. I also love the small detail that the Focus Station not only just helps with knitting, but homework as well. I just hope it also integrates into university homework if you have Discover University. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Are you ready to get metal with nifty knitting stuff? And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!